Okay, gonna give this a shot. Mason, this video is for you. So I've reviewed your tape that your mom sent to me. And first of all, I want to tell you that you're doing a great job. Really, really good. I'm very proud of you. And you're gonna get even better. The number one rule, always remember to have fun first. And it looks like you're having a lot of fun, so you're well on your way. So I've looked at your form, and I'm not familiar with that particular form. Every studio, every school has different forms for their belt levels. But we're gonna go ahead and take your form and just make it a little bit better, all right? I'm gonna try to take it in sections. So let's start with when you bow and when you get into your ready stance. All right? So first I'm going to demonstrate what you're doing, and then we're going to try to do it a little bit better. Okay? When you bow, you don't want to do this and then fall over. Okay? When you bow, you concentrate. You bow. When you get into your ready stance, not like this. Okay? Feet shoulder width apart, hands here, not down here. So let's try that. The next thing that I want you to work on is your hand position and your stances. A lot of times it looks like you're not quite sure where to place your feet. So let's start off with your front stance. I don't know if this is in view shot. Sometimes, Mason, I see you standing like this when you throw a punch. Sometimes your heel is up, sometimes your heel is down, sometimes you're on your toes, sometimes your leg is straight, sometimes your leg is pointed out. Here's your front stance. Look at my right leg and how it is straight. My left leg is at a 90-degree angle, and your mom is going to show you what a 90-degree angle is. With your toes, you should barely see your toes over your knee. That is your 90-degree angle. This is your front stance. Not here, not there, not there, not there. This is your front stance. Your legs are approximately shoulder width apart. And Bianca, I'm going to need your help on that so that Mason understands what I'm talking about when I say 90-degree angles and shoulder width apart. And you can properly see that when you stand in front of Mason if he is doing it correctly. Also, I'll give you a side view now. Watch my body, that it is straight. It's not leaning forward. It's not leaning backwards. It's not to the side. Straight. All right? Work on that. Next thing, hand position. When you punch, with your front punch, first of all, your supporting hand, your opposite hand, should be tucked in right here, your fist being next to your body, and your elbow back, straight back. Because at the same time as you're punching, you're not just resting this hand, you're also making a move with your elbow. Your elbow is striking backwards while this hand goes forward, all at the same time. So from here, the next thing about this very same move, about your front stance and your punch, this is what I saw in your video, Mason. Sometimes you were punching here, sometimes your hand was here, sometimes that way, here. You're not punching anything. The person is in front of you. So you've missed them completely. I want you to look at the letter E on my shirt. That's the center of my upper body. This is where my chest separates, right here. All right? Your knuckles that will be making contact with your imaginary opponent are your first two knuckles right here. Okay? So you're not going to be here. That could hurt your wrist. You're not going to be here. Not going to be here. Not here. Here. When you strike, those two knuckles right here are making contact. Okay? And the correct way to do a front punch is here. Can you see the letter E on my shirt? No, it's covered with my hand. My fist, my two knuckles, are exactly where they need to be, in the center of my body, because that is where my imaginary opponent is, right here. So when you strike, you don't want to be here or here. You want to be right here in the center. Okay? So when you step forward into your front punch, here. When you step into the next one, here. Center of your body. Work on that. Last but not least, have you thought about what you're actually doing? The reason why I'm saying that is, in Taekwondo, in any martial art, every move that you do in your form has a purpose, okay? Whether it's this, whether it's this, whether it's a knife block, everything has a purpose. And I want you to think about that. So Bianca, here is a great exercise for Mason to do, and also for Morella. Have them do their form, and with every move, I want them to stop and tell you what they're doing. I'll give an example. Stop. Tell Bianca what you're doing. You're blocking. What are you blocking? Is it a punch? Is it a knife block? Is it, what is it? What are you blocking? Because that will determine where your hand position should be. For example, in one of your movements in your form, Mason, you do this. Not quite sure what it's supposed to be. I can only guess that it might be a punch to the head. If that's the case, you should not be looking ahead while your punch is up there. You should be looking up where you're punching. But if it is a punch to the head, then you don't want to go higher than your own head, because your imaginary opponent in your form is only your size. Okay, that's the rule of thumb. You don't want to punch up here, you want to punch here. Alright? So rather than doing what you did, try to look at every move that you're doing. If this is where you're punching right there, I want you to look at it. If you're punching to the midsection, I want you to look at it. Okay? I want you to imagine that whatever you're going after is actually there. And I already said last but not least, but there's another last but not least. Learn your form so that you don't look like you're thinking about it. Remember, it is a performance and you have to make it look believable. So practice it and practice it until you don't have to think about it anymore. And then go back to rule number 1. Have fun. Perform it and live it. Live every moment. Live every move. Believe every move. And make everyone else believe the same move. Make everyone believe there is actually a person that you're going up against. There is that imaginary opponent. He's really there because you're making everyone believe it. Okay? I'm gonna send you some fun videos of some young competitors, much younger than me, and they're doing a phenomenal job in forms competitions. And I want you to look at them, not at what they are able to do, what kind of kicks or what kind of flips or any of these things. I want you to pay attention to their conviction. And Bianca, you have to explain what conviction is. They believe that there is that opponent. They look to the left, they punch to the left. They look to the right, they punch to the right. Everything has a purpose. And by the time you finish watching their performance, you believe it because it was just done so well. I hope that helps. Those are small little pointers that will make a huge difference. And I don't want to overwhelm Mason, because Mason, you're doing a great job. And this is only to make what you already know just a little bit better. Okay? You have a competition on the 10th. It's coming up, and it gives you a few little things to work on, and I just know you're going to do absolutely great. If I see anything else in your video that I think I want to point out, I'll turn this video camera back on and I'll send it to you. Good luck. Bye. Okay, Mason, I'm going to try to do your form. Not exactly familiar with it, but I think I know the moves in it. So forgive me if I mess up, all right? I want you to just focus on my eyes, where they're looking before I punch, and I want you to also recognize that my punches or my blocks land and finish at the same time as my feet touch the ground, okay? You don't want to sort of step and then throw a punch and step again and then sort of throw another punch or block. You want to go ahead and land and lock at the same time. All right? Have fun with it. I'm going to try it. I'm probably going to mess up, but pay attention to those little things. Spiderweb.